Chronic inflammation silently destroys your health every single day, without you even realizing it at all. Most people never connect their daily food choices to the inflammation quietly damaging their body from inside. The good news is that nature already provided powerful, accessible foods that fight this invisible enemy effectively. You do not need expensive supplements or complicated diets to start reducing inflammation starting from today itself. Welcome to Real Health Logic, your source for evidence-based health insights that actually transform your daily life. Let us begin with something most people completely overlook when thinking about anti-inflammatory eating every single day. Spices are among the most concentrated sources of anti-inflammatory plant compounds you can easily add to meals. Most kitchens already have these powerful ingredients sitting on the shelf, completely unused for their true health potential. Turmeric gets its golden color from curcumin, one of the most well-researched anti-inflammatory compounds found in nature. Clinical trials have shown curcumin eases pain and stiffness almost as effectively as common over-the-counter ibuprofen does. Beyond pain relief, turmeric has also shown promise in studies for reducing certain cancer-related risks over time. You do not need large amounts either. Just regular daily use of turmeric in your cooking works beautifully. Ginger is another incredibly powerful spice that most people use only occasionally for flavor without knowing its benefits. Its active compounds, gingerols and shogals, are the same ones proven to lower inflammatory markers like CARP significantly. Just 1 thumb of fresh ginger or 1 teaspoon of ginger powder daily gives you meaningful anti-inflammatory benefits. Skip the expensive ginger tea bags and supplements entirely, because fresh or powdered ginger works just as well. Nigella seeds, also called black cumin, contain a star compound called thymoquinone, with remarkably strong anti-inflammatory evidence behind them. Studies show Nigella can lower inflammation noticeably in people within just a few short weeks of regular use. If you have never tried Nigella, pound it gently and add it to meals for a lovely aromatic lift. Just 1 to 3 grams of mixed spices daily, roughly 1 teaspoon, is genuinely all your body needs here. Now let us talk about something equally powerful that you can simply sip throughout your day with real pleasure. Most people never think of their drinks as anti-inflammatory tools, but they absolutely can be when chosen wisely. Green tea and matcha are both packed with a compound called EGCG that actively lowers inflammation in the body. Multiple studies confirm that EGCG also improves how well your blood vessels function, which is excellent for heart health. The best way to enjoy matcha is as a traditional tea, using water just off the boil at 80 degrees. This temperature protects the delicate polyphenols inside matcha that are responsible for delivering all of those impressive health benefits. Coffee made from quality beans is rich in chlorogenic acid, backed by over 20,000 studies for antioxidant power. If you tolerate caffeine well, 2 to 3 cups before 11 in the morning gives you the maximum studied benefit. For those sensitive to caffeine, mountain water processed decaf still preserves many of the polyphenols that make coffee so valuable. Pomegranate juice, hibiscus tea, blueberry juice, and black currant juice are all wonderful polyphenol-rich options worth rotating regularly throughout your week. The one rule with all these drinks is to always avoid added sugars, which can completely cancel out their benefits. Make your drinks at home without sugar whenever possible, and your body will thank you in countless measurable ways. Now let us move to one of the most important food groups for fighting inflammation that every culture already celebrates. Dark leafy greens like spinach, kale, chard, and rocket are genuinely nature's most powerful and complete anti-inflammatory multivitamin. They deliver fiber, folate, vitamin K, and vitamin C all together in one incredibly nutrient-dense and accessible daily package. Their special power comes from carotenoids, like lutein, which act like a biological shield against damaging oxidative stress inside cells. People who eat a carotenoid-rich diet consistently show lower levels of inflammatory signals circulating throughout their entire body daily. Research found that just one portion of greens daily, around 80 grams, slowed brain decline by the equivalent of 11 years. If you are serious about longevity and staying sharp as you age, daily greens are genuinely non-negotiable for you. The darker the green, the richer it tends to be in these powerful inflammation-fighting carotenoid compounds your body craves. Rotate between raw and cooked greens throughout the week to preserve the full spectrum of all their available nutrients. Adding greens to your meals is easier than most people think, whether in salads, soups, stir-fries, or simple smoothies. One of the simplest and most satisfying ways is just sautéing greens with garlic and olive oil as a side. Extra virgin olive oil pairs perfectly with greens and is itself one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory foods available. It is a central part of the Mediterranean diet, which remains one of the most studied diets for lowering inflammation. Its power comes not just from healthy monounsaturated fats, but from polyphenols like oleocanthal and oleuropein, found inside quality oil. These polyphenols work on the same inflammatory pathways as ibuprofen by inhibiting COX enzymes and reducing inflammatory messengers called prostaglandins. The effect is gentler than a painkiller, but it works consistently in the background and adds up powerfully over time. Just 7 grams of olive oil daily was linked in research to a 28% lower risk of dementia-related death. That single statistic alone should convince anyone to start drizzling quality olive oil over their meals every single day immediately. To get maximum benefit, always look for cold-pressed oil in a dark glass bottle that protects those delicate polyphenol compounds. Freshness matters enormously too, so always check the harvest date and aim to use the bottle within 1 full year. A strong peppery sensation at the back of your throat when tasting is the sign of high polyphenol content inside. For extra assurance, look for brands that lab test their oil and confirm polyphenol levels above 250 milligrams per liter. 2 to 3 tablespoons of good quality extra virgin olive oil daily is an easy and delicious anti-inflammatory habit forever. You can also cook with it safely at low to medium heat, since its polyphenols actually protect it from degradation. Now let us talk about berries, which are among the most enjoyable and effective anti-inflammatory foods on this entire list. Their vibrant colors come from anthocyanins, powerful plant pigments that have been shown to reduce inflammation and protect blood vessels directly. Regular berry consumption, around 1 to 2 cups most days, has been linked to better cholesterol and lower heart disease risk. Blackcurrants, blackberries, and blueberries are the highest sources of these anthocyanins and are genuinely very easy to find everywhere. Each berry variety carries its own unique blend of compounds, so mixing different types gives you a broader anti-inflammatory spectrum. Keeping a bag of frozen berries in your freezer means you can always throw them into oats or yogurt effortlessly. If you prefer powders, always choose freeze-dried berries specifically, as this method best preserves their wide range of beneficial nutrients. Berries are honestly one of the simplest and most enjoyable ways to get a daily dose of anti-inflammatory benefits consistently. Broccoli sprouts deserve a special mention here because they are one of the most underrated foods in all of nutrition. A handful of broccoli sprouts can contain up to 50 times more anti-inflammatory compounds than fully mature broccoli plants do. When you chew them, they release sulforaphane, which activates a cellular pathway called NRF2 that switches on your detoxification system. This essentially tells your cells to clear out oxidative stress and reduce inflammation from the inside at a fundamental level. In one well-designed trial, just 30 grams of fresh broccoli sprouts daily for 10 weeks dropped CARP and IL-6 by 59%. That kind of result from a simple whole food is genuinely remarkable and worth taking very seriously in your daily diet. You can grow your own sprouts at home easily by soaking seeds and rinsing them twice daily for around 5 days. After 5 days, they are ready to toss into salads, pile onto avocado toast, or stir through warm grain bowls. Sprouts should be a cornerstone of any serious anti-inflammatory diet, not just an occasional garnish on the side of plates. Legumes, including beans and lentils, are another daily anti-inflammatory staple that most people in Western diets significantly underutilize every week. Their high fiber content feeds the beneficial microbes living in your large intestine, and those microbes do something remarkable for you. They produce short-chain fatty acids that strengthen your gut barrier. And a strong gut barrier directly lowers whole-body inflammation measurably. Beans also stabilize blood sugar levels, preventing the sharp spikes that drive up inflammation consistently when they happen repeatedly over time. Most people do not realize that beans and lentils, just like berries, are also packed with anti-inflammatory polyphenols throughout. You only need around 400 grams of cooked legumes per week, or 3 to 4 tablespoons daily, to see real benefits. If beans are new to your diet, start small with just a spoonful or two and gradually let your gut adjust. The easiest approach is simply sneaking legumes into meals you already enjoy, like tossing chickpeas into a salad or adding lentils to pasta sauce. Whole grains are frequently dismissed as just carbohydrates, but real whole grains are genuinely rich sources of anti-inflammatory compounds worth knowing. The critical difference is between refined grains, which strip away all nutrition, and true whole grains that retain their full structure. Real whole grains like buckwheat, black rice, barley, and sorghum keep their bran and germ where all the nutrition lives. That is where you find fiber, phenolic acids, flavonoids, and other powerful compounds that actively reduce inflammation throughout your body daily. Black rice gets its striking dark color from anthocyanins, the exact same polyphenols found so abundantly in anti-inflammatory berries you love. Red sorghum is particularly interesting because it contains unique compounds like luteolinidin that set it apart from every other grain available. In one study, eating red sorghum pasta raised blood polyphenol levels and improved antioxidant defenses just 2 hours after the meal. The general rule with whole grains is simply to go for as much natural color as possible when making your selection. Buckwheat is also worth seeking out regularly because it is high in rutin, a flavonoid with well-documented anti-inflammatory properties confirmed in research. Around 200 grams of cooked whole grains daily is all you need to start gaining meaningful anti-inflammatory benefits consistently. Simply swapping white rice for black rice or choosing buckwheat pasta over regular pasta makes an enormous cumulative difference over time. Now let us talk about nuts and seeds, two food groups that people often fear unnecessarily because of their natural fat content. These are not empty calories at all, but rather some of the most nutrient-dense anti-inflammatory packages available in any grocery store. Nuts contain healthy unsaturated fats, antioxidants, minerals like selenium and magnesium, fiber, phytosterols, and polyphenols, all working together simultaneously. Judging nuts by their calorie count alone completely misses the profound metabolic and anti-inflammatory value they deliver to your body. Just one handful of mixed nuts daily, around 28 grams, is linked to lower inflammation and a 19% reduced heart disease risk. Walnuts, pecans, almonds, and even chestnuts stand out particularly for their high polyphenol content among all the different nut varieties available. Keeping a jar of unsalted mixed nuts on your counter makes it effortless to grab a handful and add them anywhere. Seeds work in very similar ways, but each one brings its own unique combination of anti-inflammatory compounds to your daily diet. Flax seeds contain a powerful lignin compound with well-researched benefits, and just 10 to 30 grams daily makes a real measurable difference. Always grind your flax seeds before eating them, since whole seeds often pass through without releasing their beneficial compounds properly into your body. Store pre-ground flax in the refrigerator to prevent the healthy fats from going rancid and losing their important nutritional properties quickly. Sesame seeds contain sesamin, a compound that protects blood vessels and lowers inflammation, and tahini is one delicious way to enjoy them. Sunflower seeds are an affordable everyday hero, packed with vitamin E, polyunsaturated fats, and linoleic acid that actively supports heart health. Even 1 to 2 tablespoons of mixed seeds daily shows measurable anti-inflammatory benefits in research, so do not underestimate their value here. Research published in major nutrition journals confirms that high dietary inflammatory index scores independently predict cardiovascular mortality across diverse global populations studied. Separately, studies on gut health show that polyphenol-rich diets significantly increase beneficial bifidobacterium bacteria, which directly lowers systemic inflammatory biomarkers throughout the body. These two findings together make a compelling scientific case for building your entire diet around these 10 anti-inflammatory food categories daily. The beautiful thing about all of this is that you do not need to track every food or follow a rigid plan. There is one brilliantly simple daily habit that pulls many of these foods together in an easy and memorable way always. It is called BBGs, which stands for beans, berries, greens, seeds, and nuts, and it takes seconds to check daily. At the end of each day, simply ask yourself one question. Have I had my BBGs today in some form? You do not need all of them at every single meal. Just weave them naturally throughout your day as you go. Over a week, the consistent presence of these nutrient powerhouses keeps your inflammation reliably in check without any complicated planning required. This approach works because consistency always beats perfection when it comes to building long-term anti-inflammatory habits that actually stick permanently. Small daily choices, repeated week after week and month after month, produce the kind of results that genuinely transform your health completely. Lowering inflammation through food is one of the single most impactful things you can do for your long-term well-being overall. It costs very little, requires no prescription, and the side effects are simply better energy, sharper thinking, and slower aging naturally. If this evidence-based approach to fighting inflammation resonated with you today, please give this video a like right now. Subscribing to Real Health Logic ensures you never miss another science-backed health insight designed to genuinely improve your everyday life completely.